Your boy did miss some stuff, but don't worry, I'm actually caught up. What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact, I do mean to have it on me and keep it on me at all times. Another fun fact. Whoops, I was gonna do a super review for Dandadan, but I was like, I missed like 2 chapters. I did not realize how much time it passed. I'm bad. Like, I was willing to do like at least one chapter I could read essentially for Dandadan, but they're like 2. I'm 5 chapters behind, so I'm just gonna hop right into chapter 193. Whoopsie. At least from my understanding though, everything kind of went how I would have expected it to. The only like major thing I wish I'd actually been able to react to properly was like chapter 192, because I kept talking about how it'd been so weird that we hadn't seen the subtrans in forever. Like, I was like, when is that plotline gonna kick back in? And it's like Tatsu Sensei heard me and knew I wasn't reviewing and was like, hey, he's gonna read chapter 193, ain't it? That's gonna be the latest chapter. Let me end chapter 192 with the return of them. And bada bing, but that's the only thing. Because notably, I don't think anyone really thought that Okurun and Kinto were gonna lose. And the way they won was neat enough, but like, there was no doubt. Kind of like there was no doubt. But then again, you know, that's the macro story analyst in me speaking. Like, there was no way they were gonna lose. It was just how were they gonna win, and they won in an interesting enough way. But ultimately, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really the biggest fan of mech fights in general. I think they're cool. I love the aesthetic detail that goes into them, but still not my craziest thing. I'm still kind of in the common camp that I've seen around the Dandadan community that like kind of just wants Okurun to get his powers back already. I feel like everybody in the mama knows he's gonna get his powers back, or at least some variation of them. Honestly, for the longest time, or at least not for the longest time, but at least for a short while, I thought maybe he was gonna get his powers back and he was gonna go down the like contracting route or the curse absorption route, the curse absorption route that we saw with that one guy. Am I lagging already? No, that we saw that one guy who fought alongside Granny Psycho, along with the other guy who was like infused with the Phoenix. I thought he was gonna go down that route. It feels like I'm lagging. Am I lagging? Hold on. No, I don't know. I just out of the corner of my eye, because I'm looking at OBS and I'm looking at my camera hub software and I'm looking at like the main camera that's in here. So I don't know. Sorry, let me stop focusing on that. But essentially, I think it's gonna go down that route, and that's not impossible. Notably, I do think ultimately that could even be a way to sort of circumvent Count Saint Germain, who's still currently the main antagonist, right? Like so far, Count Saint Germain, so he's our main villain. So that still could be a route they go down with Turbo Granny rather than him just getting the Turbo Granny powers back, especially considering I still can't really determine a reason for why Turbo Granny, outside of like genuine connection to these characters on some Kurama type beat. I have no idea why she would come back and just give Okurun his abilities again. It's like maybe the whole contract thing will still end up playing out, but because of that, I just knew they were going to be fine. Like there was some sort of shape-shifting means of the nanoskin, and they were. So that was fine. That was fine ending to the fight. But overall, I'm interested to see where this is going to go. Obviously, we have an interesting crew of characters here. A relatively powerful cast as well. Like, the only person who doesn't have, like, straight immediate gains is the one normal dude with him who's carrying around the one old young guy. And everyone else has at least some sort of abilities. Obviously, Psycho may not right now. It's highly unlikely she's contracted to any deity on a plane. So, but we also know Psycho is just a very competent close combat fighter. We have Momo, who while small still has access to her full set of abilities, and we know she has very interesting fights. Gigi, while he haven't seen Evil Eye, to the point where I'm like wondering, did Tatsu like I'm hoping Tatsu Sensei didn't forget. And once again, it sounded like the subtrans thing where Evil Eye is there, but due to the Alien Invaders arc, he's kind of just chilled out. He's had a majority of his fighting, and obviously Gigi's fully capable of fighting without Evil Eye. I just miss Evil Eye because he's my baby, but. Obviously, we have Gigi with his, like, super high spiritual energy. Zuma, while going blind, I don't think his blindness has anything to do with him losing his power, so he still has the abilities of Umbrella Boy. And Vamola, while she's vibing, she still has her suit. So, like, we essentially have a super, like how Kinta and Takakura fused in order to make their combo mech. We have a super built-in crazy mech here in Vamola, one power user, another power user, and another internal power user with a pseudo power in them, a really skilled martial artist, and a guy. But still, I think this is the most interesting setup we've had so far. Don't get me wrong, I definitely liked Yukishiro, Ida, and Rin. I did like their fight, and actually like how Yukishiro ended it. I still wasn't, like, I think, unironically, I was more intrigued with the alien, who is still nameless at this point, the alien Vamola species that was working with the Kerr in order to get their revenge. Like, that was the most interesting part. Ultimately, Okurun and Kinta's actual involvement in the fight wasn't really that interesting to me. But let's see, let me not waste more time, let me hop right into chapter 193. You people! What do you mean by that? But let's see. Ah, are we really doing this? Are we gonna fly? I would make like a comment joking about that, but now I think about it, I know a lot of people who just haven't flown before. I've flown before. I fly I wouldn't say I fly a lot, but I fly at least multiple times a year, which is more than some people who have never flown in their entire life. They just drive everywhere, and I don't blame them. But like, I have family in a lot of places that are not accessible by car. It's just not. It's not reasonable for me to visit certain family or even certain friends who have like moved abroad. Like I cannot get to Europe by car. So ultimately, I do fly, and with that being the case, I'm not shocked. But I guess Gigi's the kind of guy. It makes sense though. He's lived in a rural area before. Makes sense. He never flew before. Here comes Gigi. Has Momo not flown before? Here comes Gigi. Are you ready? Are you excited? You know what? Yeah, because I guess if there's anyone who would know a whole lot about flying, it would be Vamola. You know, alien species that crash landed on the planet from a flying pod. Yeah, she's unironically, she probably finds this quaint. Like, oh, neat. Your things fly with propulsion and Air Force? We use rockets. Let's see. Yes. My glorious King Zuma, dog. Honestly, he's still one of my favorite characters. Like hands down, band for band. Especially for a character who was introduced relatively recently in the grand scheme of things. He's just goated. Like, and obviously the last 2 chapters had like a big play into that. But even before that, well before the last 2 chapters ended up glazing Zuma even more, I just like him. I like his abilities. I like his design. I like his mentality. He got it on. Like legitimately, there's not a single thing that Zuma fumbles in, which is very, very impressive. Like, I've grown on Gigi, but still, he's not my favorite of the characters. I do like Momo. Like, I don't really have an issue with her. I don't really have an issue with Takakura. Like, there aren't characters like him glazing to the moon and back. But I think, honestly, off the top of my dome piece, if you had to ask me my favorite character, if it's not Vamola, because she hasn't done much in a while, it would have to be Zuma, because you kind of just goated. But let's see. Yes. We're flying! Like, I can't do 3 voices at once. I wish I could. Wait, let me just do. We're flying! We're flying! We're flying! Notably, I don't remember my first flight, because my memories are really, really bad. But, like, apparently I was mostly chill. And notably, I feel like as, like, a baby. I was just like, apparently I just knocked out. But then again, I'm still, it's funny, I'm still a person who, unless I'm actively doing the driving, or at least actively engaging with the travel, I will just knock. On planes and cars, it just happens. Like, even if I have other things I could be doing, something about, like, the road or motion that's for, like, an extended period of time in general just tells my body, alright, turn off hit the off switch right now. So I knock out, but I get the excitement. And notably, I try to knock out before I even go up in the air, because, well, once again, I'm not sure if I'm lagging. Oh, you know what? I keep looking at it. I'm not sure if I'm lagging. I doubt I am, but I'm gonna just do it and then redo it. Yeah. Oh, that made the lag worse. Oh, Lord heaveth mercy. Oh, is that it? Let me just not look at it. I should almost turn off the second monitor. But with it being the case, what was I talking? I was talking about like knocking. Yeah, I don't know. I do knock instantaneously, and it's bad. It's bad because sometimes like people will be like, "Hey, you could be doing something else right now," and I'm like, "I know." Just to be like that. Let's see. We're flying. Oh, once again, Tatsu Sensei. I know y'all probably get sick of time glazing their artistic ability, but like, this looks nightmarish. I don't even care if it's his assistants helping him. Like, this level of detail for one background is absurd. And like, maybe this background gets reused, because notably Tatsu Sensei is a very good artist in the sense that they will make a background and then be able to reuse it multiple times. I mostly highlighted that in the Yukishiro fight and the Yukishiro, Aida, and Rin fight against the Headless Dribblers, where it was basically the same backgrounds being used over and over again, but they were so high quality that it didn't really matter. But like, I highly doubt we're seeing this background again. We're probably barely seeing the outside of this plane again, unless something absolutely absurd happens with the subturns. So like, to do this for one panel, and I'm gonna look at it for like a minute, glaze it, and then move on and never think about it again? Absurd? Insane? Legendary. Let's see. Ah, my stomach is floating! Oh, yeah, that's it. I don't really, that's what I was gonna say. Whenever I try to fly, I try to go to sleep before the plane takes off and try to stay asleep until after the plane lands, because then for some reason my ears don't like go through the whole like shifting pressure thing. I now have like a thing though that I just stick into my ear and then that doesn't bother me. And sometimes I've even flown forgetting that nowadays. And I guess my body's just adapted to it. I'm not sure if that's like a frequent flyer thing or just my body getting old. So it's like, I'm too lazy to change according to the air pressure. No, I don't think I will. And then it just doesn't do it. But now I don't even really have to pop my ears. Even if I forget the things I use to make sure I don't have to pop my ears. It really is a 50-50. Sometimes it hurts, sometimes Uzumaki. I like that. And that's a dual side reference. It reminds me, well, triple side reference, because it reminds me of the Uzumaki clan from Naruto. It reminds me of Uzumaki from Jujutsu Kaisen. And it reminds me of Uzumaki, like the series Uzumaki, which I haven't read because I hate horror. With every fiber of my being, like that's the one thing your boy will almost never engage in. You want to watch a horror movie with me? No. Well, let's see. Oh, my stomach is floating. Yeah, stuff like that doesn't bother me. I don't know. I'm weird. We'll see. It's okay, Gigi. Take a look outside. Seeing the view will help you calm down. Actually, at least for the people I know who are afraid of heights or don't like flying, seeing how high they are actually makes it worse. Like, it actually makes it real bad. Like, whenever, like, I have a family member who I recently went to an amusement park with, and she's like, I'm scared of heights. And I was like, why did you want to come to an amusement park then? We did not have to do this. But I was like, just don't look. And she's like, where else am I supposed to look? I was like, you can close your eyes. In fact, you've done it already. And it did help her. And I'm proud of her. Out of the multiple rides that were at that park, she only didn't ride two. I was like, very impressive for someone who's scared of heights. Because she even rode the tallest one of the park, and then mentioned she was scared of heights. I was like, wow. Let's see. Oh, that's right. That would suck about being small. Like, obviously, it makes sense that your relative mass and impact would definitely be more affected by whoever you're standing on, but that would suck. I would hate, like, and notably, I am a big guy. I'm very large, like, currently, because I fell off the wagon again. I keep falling off the wagon. Like, I'm back up to 280. I'm back up to 218, bro. I gotta stop eating. I gotta stop eating the food. It just tastes so good, bro. Donuts, pretzels. Even just drinks, like drinks that aren't water, bro. They're so high calorie, but they taste so good. Oh, they taste so good. I gotta get the 180 though. Like, before summer officially starts, I have to be 180. I had fabs, bro. I had fake abs, and like. The gains are there, but they aren't as well defined as it could. Like, I know once the cut fully gets in, once I'm down these last 38 pounds permanently, I was just down. I had 20 more pounds to go, but I fell off the wagon. But once I'm down to 180, I know all the musculature that's hiding underneath the layers of fat. It's gonna be popping. I'm gonna be looking so good. Even like the main thing, fun fact about the weight loss thing. The main thing I'm gonna be so happy to not have is these cheeks, bro. I hate how chubby my face is. Like, it is all stored in the face. Like, notably, some days, especially if I have it, like, fresh off a wake-up, especially when I'm in, like, that 200 range, like, that low 200 range, now I'm 218, which is technically low 200, but not really. I hopefully am, like, going to be in the low 200 range, like, by the end of this week. By sheer force of will, or at least next week. But, like, when I'm around there, like, the rest of the physique is kind of immaculate, except for the thighs. The thighs are also horrifically fat. Like, I've been training them consistently, but they just refuse to go down. But essentially, like, the arms, the veins be popping, the musculature be passive, the chest doesn't look as bad, but still, it's very puffy. I have an unnaturally large chest. I hate it. But, and then the gut even be flat a little bit. But the face gives me away. It snitches on me immediately. And notably, it doesn't look too bad, but, like, I see it. And I think the big thing is, since I mew a lot, just for, like, the meme of it, like, I started mewing purely by meme, but now it's kind of like a lore thing that I do over on that guy on the TikTok, where, like, I just be mewing all the time. I constantly see the difference, because all my videos, like, they start with the, like, this, and this. So, like, any any definition in my face just vanishes. And notably, I do a hard mew. I don't do a soft mew. A soft mew, at least in my understanding, once again, I'm not caught up on mewinology. I'm not a mewologist, but at least from my understanding, a soft mew is where you just put the tongue on the roof of your mouth, or you do this. But once again, note the sheer lack of definition that happens when I do that. Like, nothing happens. So what I do when I super mew, or hard mew, as it's called, at least from my understanding of it, I literally suck in the cheeks, and because I still do have such high cheek fat on the upper part, it creates that line, that visible line, and it works to enhance the beard a little bit. Like it does so much work, and I kind of just want that to be the default. Obviously, I know that won't actually be the default. Like, even losing these last 38 pounds, I doubt, like, my face is just gonna automatically go. But still, it's better than this. And admittedly, I look at, sorry, I'm going on a complete tangent, but I actually haven't been able to review for a little bit because got copyright struck and I was kind of scared to post. But with it being the case, I kind of, I want to, I know I'm better because I still get jump scared by some of my old videos on TikTok in particular, because notably YouTube doesn't recommend my videos to me anymore, which I'm happy about. I'm glad to stop recommending my own videos to me, because I'm not watching my own stuff. I have to watch it when I edit. But the thing is, I'll see what TikTok will do is be like, so and so liked your post, and I'll click on the post thinking it's one of my many, because I produced a lot of videos over on TikTok. It's funny to think about, but like thousands at this point. But it'll be like the old era when I first started posting back in 2022, and I will see how gargantuan I was. So like, I'm not sitting here denying that I've made progress in terms of like my weight control, but like, still, I'm not satisfied, bro. Like, I like, honestly, if I just looked like this at all times without having to literally bite my own cheeks, I would keep my exact same weight. But I know I don't look like that, so I gotta sacrifice. Let's see. Oh, something landed on my shoulder. Huh? Zuma, can you hear my voice? Oh, it's you? Don't scare me like that. Yeah, that's the thing. Notably, my eyesight isn't the best. I used to wear glasses religiously. Like, I used to wear them all the time. But now I've kind of stopped. I don't know. I've kind of weaned myself off them. Because the main reason I wore glasses is because I would need them to see the board. Because I was placed in the back of classes all the time because I was tall. And since I don't do that anymore, my main job now involves sitting directly in front of a computer 2 feet away, and I'm naturally nearsighted. I don't wear them. And I used to wear them when I drove, but like, now whenever I do drive, it's just to work, and I have that route. Like, it's darn near muscle memory. Like, sometimes if I've had like a long day and I'm mentally like fatigued or tired out, I don't even realize I've gotten home, or I don't even realize like I've gotten to work. Like, if I'm truly like locked in, not geeked, I just teleport there, because that route has become that much muscle memory. And even when I do drive long distances, I just keep forgetting to bring my glasses. It's like, I've driven like whole 12, 13, 14, 18-hour drives, mainly through sheer determination, Red Bull. Well, not Red Bull, energy drinks. But even then, I've sometimes just forgot my glasses and just straight freestyled it. So I don't have glasses anymore. Well, I do have them, but I don't use them anymore. But with that being the case, I couldn't imagine not being able to see. And obviously, you know, pencil man. But it's not impossible. There are blind artists of all types, not just musicians, but also like actual real artists. But still, sight is a very core part of my being. That'd be rough. Let's see. Oh, it's you? Don't scare me like that. Oh, thank the heavens! So you can tell I'm still here! I can't see you though, girl. My eyes are completely shut now. That's rough. That's rough. That's awful. That's bad. Like, man, I don't know. I love sight. Let's see. Hey, don't call me girl! I hate when people call me that. Woman? That still sounds bad. I get that. That is rough. Like, then again, I guess I'm so used to being called, "What's up, man? Oh, what's good?" But then again, no one calls me male or boy. Like the only people who call me boy in my life are like my elders. And by elders, I mean like elders. Like not even like my uncles, but like my great uncles and great aunts. They'll refer to me as boy. Still, even though I'm like a full grown man. Because they like, and I don't blame them. Like, notably, I've gotten to the point where I've seen some of my baby cousins grow up to like decent ages, and I still call them like little one, tiny one, and they're like nearly my height. Not a single one was taller than me just yet. But, like, they're like nearly my height, and they're like, "Uncle Pencil, why do you still call me that?" Uncle, because I'm drastically older than them. And I'm like, I don't know, because I still like I remember when you were born, gosh darn it. like don't cite the deep magics to me, which I was there when they were written. I know when you popped out your mama, and thusly I get why like even my elders don't refer to me as boy. My parents don't refer to me as like kid or baby boy, because like they've been there since the beginning, and like suddenly calling me man or male or like those two, like, just doesn't make sense. Let's see. Tell me your name then. Huh? You said you wouldn't tell me, remember? Oh, I did? I'm not. Oh, that's right. I forgot. He's kind of just been what? Does he know anyone's name? Well, he probably knows Gigi, just simply by hearing it occasionally. And he probably knows Vamola, because it's been said. But I guess, yeah. He has to have been in the vicinity that he's heard the name Momo before. Or Miss Ayase. Like, he's had to have heard it. I wonder if that's like actually a thing. I wonder if I were to go through and reread, like, has he actually never heard her name? Has he always been like just out of earshot? That is possible. There have been interactions where it's taking me like multiple months to learn somebody's name, even if we've been in the same friend group, because you just don't pay attention. You just don't hear. And if the friend group is large enough, like I had once a friend group of like 10 people, And I didn't know like 3 of their names, despite hanging out with them repeatedly for months, because we would constantly refer to each other as dude, what's up, man, what's up, bro, and like we would dab each other up. We knew each other, but we never like said names, because we knew each other through a friend of a friend, and they knew both our names, but we wouldn't refer to, like, we would have the ability to recognize. I still don't know why it does that. I have no idea why it does it. Why does it randomly take a picture and then just reset? I have no clue. But that's why I completely changed the angle and messed everything up in a sense, because I was sick and tired of it just resetting. But would that be the case? It's very reasonable to know somebody for a while and just not know their name. And like notably, I'm even bad with names where I will hear someone's name multiple times and it'll still take me a while to like put a face to a name. I'll remember your face always. I'll remember your face. I'll remember what you look like. I call it the artist in me. But your name? Give me a minute. Let's see. Oh, I did? I'm not telling you. You don't need to tell him. Who are you, Gigi? To tell her what she... Well, I guess he says you don't need to. Not that you know, don't tell him. He doesn't command her. But like, gang, it's her name. And your allies who fought alongside each other in a battle to the death. Well, actually, I guess he didn't know that. He wasn't there. But still, like, I think the name at this point is kind of overdue. You go to 2 different schools. Plus, we're complete strangers to begin with. You're complete strangers with them. But Momo, like, fought alongside this. I love how since he's blind now, he just looks straight for you. Like, he can't even acknowledge where this house coming from. But you may not know him. But he's a pretty cool cat, gosh darn it. Don't hate. Appreciate. And plus, they do, like, they know each other at this point. Let's see. Once this business is over, I'd prefer you not have anything more to do with us. You don't want another powerful ally? Why? Why? Like, why? Like, why would you not? Like, notably, I would want every single homie I could get in a scenario, or essentially the life you live. Having another powerful ally is always good. Considering y'all could be friends. Like, he's not a bad guy. In fact, he's a real nice guy. He's a real cool cat. Gigi, what has Zuma done other than have that thing on him? Well, not that thing. Well, the umbrellas, he always has it on him. But like, other than have it on him, in terms of like the fit's always fire. What? Are you mad that you don't got a fit like that? Let's see. I prefer you not have anything more to do with us. Wait, Gigi, what's the problem? I could at least tell him my name. Yeah! And do it! Like, Gigi, you aren't even main boy, bro. You're not the main character, Buckaroo. Just because Takakura's not here doesn't mean you're suddenly have dub, Buckaroo. Buck down, bro. You better move on. Let's see. I love, once again, Vamola, she hasn't done much. That's the only reason like I can't have her as my favorite character, but like, I love Vamola. She's always vibing. Let's see. I could at least tell my name. Good idea. I don't want to have anything to do with you either. But how I interact with her is up to me. I mean, yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, they don't know each other. And I get it, you know, sometimes, like, then again, the way I was raised, I don't actually care. I actually do like meeting new people. Like, I always take after my grandfather in particular. Like, he'll walk up to anybody and just be like, hi, here's something that I noticed about you from looking at you from a distance for half a second. Let's spark a whole conversation off this. And like that is kind of my inspiration for like how I meet and talk to people. So notably, I'm always for connection. I am somewhat lazy though, and notably, in spite of the inspiration being my grandfather, I do have like high standard social training in a sense where like I will not immediately engage with somebody even if I think there is something I would like to compliment them on. The most I do now is like I'll go up to somebody and be like, hey, nice beard. Hey, I like your shirt. Hey, looking good today. Like I will do that and then I'll walk away. I'm never a person to like fully super engage unless prompted to. Like I'll read a situation, but I'm trying to get better at that. But ultimately, he's right. Yeah, man. Like you don't control Momo, and if Momo's willing to give the name, especially considering after all they've been through. I think that's warranted. Vamola, what are you looking at? I'm peering out the window. Let's see. And I intend to continue to be involved with her for this foreseeable future. Okay, Zuma, you could phrase that better. I don't think you actually like Momo. Huh? What? And I won't be taking any complaints. I mean, like, once again, I don't even blame Zuma for the same reason. I'm kind of shocked they don't want to interact with him anymore, or at least Gigi doesn't. They're powerful allies. Like, especially in the world, like, now, once you know the world is magical, you want as many other people who can engage in the world's magic as possible. Like, for example, if I was in the JJK universe, I'd want to affiliate with JJK High just so I knew there were other sorcerers. I wouldn't want to work alone or be isolated, or even not isolated, but work with people without powers in a universe with powers, because we don't know who does and who doesn't have powers. Let's see. I won't be taking any complaints. Hey, you can't just talk about being involved. I'm in the sense of socializing. Was that the wrong idea? Yeah, see, yeah, okay, so that was just a general misunderstanding. Yeah, that's the thing, right? I mean, notably, I try to phrase everything, because at least the way, once again, I mentioned my grandfather as the inspiration for how I meet and interact with people, but that mom with a pencil is essentially responsible for all my house trainings. Like, the way I respond and I socialize, and just essentially how I communicate with most people, is just heavily based on my mom's communication style, not really my dad's. Like, there are aspects of my father that leak into a lot of me. Like, I have his stubbornness, his determination, his madness, in many senses, but notably the way he interacts with people. I think I mimic it once I know somebody. Once I know somebody, I think more of my dad does leak out, but his initial interaction style is he's very much what people would assume when they see my resting face. Because my resting face is this. I don't necessarily look angry, but I don't look approachable 9 out of 10 times, unless I'm, hi, how are you doing today? But with it being the case, that's kind of my dad. He's always mean-mugging. I also inherited that from him. And apparently my mom, she trained herself out of it, but she was apparently a natural mean-mugger. So I've always tried to, like, at least always not, I try to not have a resting face unless I'm alone. Obviously, I'm not going to, like, be all the time in the darkness of my room in the middle of the night, but if I'm in, like, a public space, I'm always like, or at least, like, a slight smile, crinkled eye. Like, I try to be somewhat approachable. Like, I'm a big guy. I get it. I'm intimidating to a lot of people, especially considering I either walk around with heavy steps that everyone hears and people turn, or I walk around in absolute silence and sneak up on people. There is no in between. Let's see. Was that the wrong idea? I'm not some clingy boyfriend. Get a hold of yourself. Yo! But, true. I mean, it's kind of sad that Gigi, once again, Gigi, bruh. You're not built for this. This is hilarious how he goes fully red, but like, Gigi, bruh. This ain't even your place in the narrative, dog. You ain't even a backup. Well, he is a backup option, but you ain't even a backup option, bro. Get off. Hop off. Let's see. Ugh, I hate you. You know, Zuma, tier 1 rage baiter, bro. I get it. You know, I try not to rage bait, but like, especially for something like this where it is based on a misunderstanding. If I sense you're an easy lick like that, I may dabble in a little bit of rage bait myself. I won't lie. I may drizzle my towels into it just because it's funny. Let's see. What's so funny? Nothing. Oh, how can you not like Zuma, bro? Zuma's so good. Let's see. Oh, why is Gigi so angry? That's rare. Even Molo's like, wow, look at him tweaking. Let's see. Vamola, trade seats with him. I can't stand being next to him. You're one embarrassing SOB. Typical clingy behavior. Yo, he's smiling too. He's a Zuma pro rage bait. I love it. Let's see. But you know what? It's funny. I know it's not even that I don't like being rage baited, but I don't like being rage baited. But I won't respond to rage bait. I will sit there and be like, I'll look at you. And at that point, you win. But once you, honestly, the whole point of rage bait, especially in real life, is just to get a reaction. The best way to defeat rage bait is to not play into it at all, but sometimes I can't help it. Sometimes the bait do be raging me enough where I'm like, oh, I'd reach across this table and strangle you. But let's see. Typical clingy behavior. Shut the heck up! Foo! What does that mean? Is him exhaling? Let's see. No, wait, come back. Here, you! Gigi's a good person, so please don't make him angry. Poor Zuma, bro. Poor Zuma. Like that's so rough. Is this guy cheesing at him in the background? What is it? Let's see. Ooh la la! Vamola-chan's all angry with you. You poor little thing. I guess he actually is. But then again, once again, they just don't know him. They don't know. He's such a nice guy. Poor Zuma, man. Man, this is when the rage bait backfires. This is why I always say, rage baiting, while it can be fun sometimes, it's almost never worth it. It's never worth it. Let's see. Po baby. You're gonna remember this, embarrassing clingy fiend. Oh, Zuma gets his lick back. Then again, though, I ultimately do like Zuma. I think Gigi technically is still stronger. Not even just with Evil Eye, but like that Kamehameha wave he did in the Alien Invaders arc, he can just do that. And I'm not sure Umbrellas are gonna deal with that. Let's see. Huh? Oh, but see, he that's the thing. Gigi, how do you immediately fall for the same rage bait? Let's see. Well, I'm glad you're getting along in some capacity. Honestly, yeah. Notably, I want to say like a lot of male friendships start out this way. But notably, I feel like, at least now in the modern day, a lot of male friendships simply start by running into each other consistently enough to recognize each other. Like, you won't become friends with the guy you see once or twice. But especially, like, I think back to my college days. There was a guy who I became homies with. And I'm still homies with him to this day, simply because we passed each other at the same time in the same hallway, because our classes ended up line up that way. And one day we just ended up bumping into each other outside of that context. And I was like, dude, what's your name? And he gave me his name, and I gave him my name. We dabbed it up. We found out we both liked anime. We just ended up, we became homies off that alone, just because we recognized each other enough. And that's kind of how that happens. I can't even think, like, have any of my friendships actually been born of, like, I actually initially don't like this person, but then we became homies? Not really. Because I think, notably, I'm a person who avoids confrontation a lot. If the scenario starts off in a non-positive manner, I will typically just vanish, decouple, delink from a scenario very, very quickly. I'm very, when I was younger, and I mean like younger, like even before college days, I think I was much more willing to engage with like rage baiters, but just like people who I didn't initially agree with. But now it's like I'm too old. I don't have the patience anymore. Oh, you do something that slightly annoys me, I'll fake it. Let's see. Trip's going smoothly enough, don't you think? Oh, Psycho, what's poppin'? Granny! Hey, Granny! Momo, what's the matter? Granny seems absolutely wrecked. Oh, Miss Psycho, are you alright? Should I call an attendant? Huh? I'm totally fine. You don't need to call anyone, but what's happening? Well, then again, she was heavily injured. I guess she's just tired and fatigued, but I do wonder what's causing this. Let's see. Why are you telling such pointless lies? Miss Psycho, you're sweating like crazy. It's probably the medicine I took. Don't worry. I don't know about that. I mean, is this a subterranean doing? I'm assuming this is, yeah, this is one subterranean. What is that, though? Looks like a bone. Miss Psycho, if there's anything I can do, please, just tell me. If I use my chi to tend to your wounds, maybe you'll feel a little better. That's the thing, Gigi's so broken, dog. Like, like, that's why, way back when, I said he should have gone with the Yukishiro crew. It's really considering they didn't think this trip was going to initially get violent. Like, it's good that he's here now, you know, the subtrends are here. And notably, they were very, very integral to Gigi's introductory arc anyway. So, like, it does make sense that he's here now. But, like, at least in the initial planning phase, they should have put a powerhouse like Gigi with the crew that was supposedly going to go take down the main villain versus Takakura, who didn't have powers. Like, what was the plan there? Let's see. Maybe you'll feel a little better. Ooh, oh, wow. Zuma even blind reacted to that? That's why he's goated. That's why he's goated. Huh? I'm sorry. I'm gonna practice more female voices. I know that it's like, and the funny thing is, my voice is in that weird range where like I can make it go lower. And notably, I guess like, funnily enough, I think this is more so my regular speaking register. I think I up the pitch slightly whenever I'm recording, just because it sounds easier this way. And I think it flows off the tongue better and it matches the energy I do more. But this, I suppose, would be like my normal speaking register. And then there's like my morning voice, which I just can't really access on command. Like, it gets this slow because it goes back further into my throat. My palate doesn't raise enough. But I don't have the deepest voice, which is why I can do any female voices at all. But I don't have enough range. I genuinely don't have enough. I need to like listen to more female voice actors to try and steal their voices. Because notably, I think about it, a lot of my generic rippings of voices don't really do much. It's when I go to imitate, right? Like, the only reason I'm able to do better, the fastest in the universe, is because I've listened to a bunch of Abridged Burner. And I can mimic that. But I wouldn't think of that mutation on its own. Same thing with Imperfect. My name is Imperfect Cell, and I'd like to say hello, Piccolo. Like, I can do that because I've heard a lot of Takahata 101's Imperfect Cell. So it's like I can mimic that. And I used to be able to do Mickey Mouse because I heard a whole bunch of Mickey Mouse, but admittedly, Mickey Mouse voice changed a whole bunch. It was a bunch of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse because I babysit my younger cousins. So I used to hit the, not just the, ha-ha, it's me, Mickey Mouse. But like, I could actually do like a more decent impression than this, which is kind of just like a really high-pitched voice at this point. Goofy. I said he's, like it's half decent, but it's nowhere near as good as it used to be. So I need to just listen to more. And then again, it's funny because I just don't really engage with a lot of voice acted content. I listen to a lot of other content creators though. But funnily enough, I don't mimic any of their voices. Like, hello, everybody. Like, I listen to enough Eternal Flame that I should be able to mimic his voice. Because his voice is just in my range. but I can only hit the hello everybody, I'm better, and I can't even do that. I can only do that because I have his intro unlocked in my head. But since he covers a variety of topics, especially he's been covering a whole bunch of Invincible recently, I can't exactly mimic his voice. But I'm seeing if I can steal flames. I gotta listen to. I've had been tapped out with Hunter for a little bit because I keep saving his videos to the watch later play so I can react to them, and I try to like give them time so I can react to them and not like immediately just react the moment he posts them. But even then, I want to mimic Hunter's voice because he has a really good voice. Eternal Flame's voice is really, really good. I want to take his. Another voice I want to take No Operator's voice. But once again, I'm trying to save a bunch of his videos for reaction stuff, so I don't actually listen to much of No Operator. Like, there are a bunch of people whose voices I'd love to take just to expand my repertoire. But then again, I do need just more female voices, considering a lot of the series I cover do feature a lot of female characters. Heck, one of my favorite series I'm covering right now, Ichi the Witch, is a bunch of female characters. Like, a bunch. And my voice range is not good enough. Let's see. Huh? Alright, 2 umbrellas for the price of 1. Oh, he has a knife! Yeah, he does. Let's see. Was the name actually Fuda? Can I say that? I mean, it is a name. Fuda reacted on his own. There's an enemy on board. But very impressive. Okay, so it wasn't even Zuma. That's very, very good, though. So the spirit inside of him, even though he himself wasn't under threat, because literally it was Gigi who was about to get stabbed, he reacted for him. Very, very... Man, Umbrella Boy. I don't think you're the strongest, but you're very good, man. Let's see. What? There is? No, duh. Let's see. Uh-oh. Leaping out. Another knife. Okay. And Psycho immediately back in the comments. So yeah, what was up with there? Let's see. Ah! Eek! Who are these fiends? Yo, back off. Gigi, if you don't blast this, man. Why, you? Stop! It's too dangerous! Oh yeah, there are many innocent civilians around here. I guess Gigi can't immediately go for the Kamehameha wave. Not right now. Let's see. Gigi, on your right! Okay. Okay, who threw... Oh, was it Momo using her powers, I'm guessing, to throw the suitcase? Yeah, okay. There are more of them! Be careful! Ah, okay, she's put on her coat, so is that her suit in disguise? They're over here, too! Oh, stay back, miss. I'll handle this. Funnily enough, while she hasn't done anything in a while, don't sleep with Vamola. Let's see. Hey, you! Don't just stand there! Hide under the seat! Oh! Actually, very impressive. Once again, he's not even looking at her. So he has very good spatial awareness. My spatial awareness is butt. Like, sometimes I have decent spatial awareness, but sometimes I bump into things that I should have very easily seen. But he's mostly blind right now. His vision's shot, but he's still able to grab and react to Vamola. Let's see. Under the seats. Yeah, baby. Vamola finally gonna cook. Hallelujah. It's been so long. Let's see. Huh? I'll be okay. I am a strong fellow. That she is. But she just doesn't do much. Let's see. What the? Whoa, she turned into a kaiju. Vamola-chan, summon empty space! People are in danger! Roger Wilco! Is that a reference to something? That's probably a reference to something. I know Roger's a reference, but like, I'm not sure what Wilco is. Activating heart-pounding hidden mode! I forgot that's what she calls it. Let's see. Okay, so funny, the plane keeps flying, but they're in empty space. Interesting. I wonder if the pilot's in empty space, or if it's just this cabin. Let's see. What the? The passengers have disappeared! Nice one, Vamola-chan! Wicked! I didn't know you could create empty space, Vamola! She did in her first appearance. What? What moment? You don't know? Like, she did. That was what we were introduced to her with. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so they reveal themselves. Mother, these people are using empty space.
You know, I knew there were no ordinary people, but I never imagined those fiends were from that side.
All right. So we got this. Interesting, though, that they're taking their human form. I guess they need to say disguise. I wonder if they're going to immediately go... Because now I think about it, they never actually ended up revealing their subterranean forms. That was the twist at the end of the arc. But then by the next time we saw them recently, they were back in their human form. So I wonder if they're ever going to expose their subterranean forms to our main cast. I'm intrigued. But overall, you can tell how much I was yapping. W chapter. I like it. I like it a lot. I like the character interactions. I like building the dynamic between Zuma and the main crew. I like Vamola in this chapter. I like that she's actually getting to do things. I'm glad that the subterraneans are pretty much immediately attacking now they have the opportunity. I thought they were going to stall out until we got to the location. There's good tension to build. Obviously, we got to remember, though, we're on a strict time limit. These people still need to get to that shrine at that perfect moment in order to make sure that Momo could even come back to her normal size, or else she could end up like the little people and banished forever. So we're in a very interesting spot. So overall, a W chapter. If you're not to end this video, please leave side that. How the mother says that side. Leave side that in the comment section down below. And then thank you so much for watching. If you leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that all you don't miss out on any videos that come on the channel. Also, I'll soon have a page down below. You want me for as well as one. Come on. He thinks like exclusive videos, early content, and more. As now become a what? You can become a what? Oh my God. You become members of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. So those perks include the live reactions here, the Tuesday Amateur review, ad variations of all my videos, and if you become a $12 Patreon or a $12 member, you can order whatever video you want. Also, the link to my Ko-Fi in the description down below. You can drop 5 cents for a short video, 20 beans to one video, or any beans at all. Any support is always greatly appreciated. Now, I'd like to thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with the Pencil, writing off. I'd like to give a thank you to our sketch tier members: Eternal Flame, Red Wolf 4765, Astro, Super Flame Zero, Glacier XZ, Zara, Brandon Payne, J2MA, Yomi, Yuki Ally, Buddha Uda, Azo 2404, Planet Crone, G Prosper, Nevis 97, and Ali. I'd like to give a big old thank you to our line art tier patrons: Sean, Nirvana Igneal, Midnight Lord 21, Kevin Encarnacion, and A+A. And I'd like to give a big old thank you to our Ink tier members: Fine, Austin Wimberly, Euchia, Carlo Alaimo, and Grim. And then I'd like to give a big old hefty thank you to our digital art tier members: J Warrior and AZ Void. And then I'd like to give a big old thank you to our colored art tier patrons: Joaquin Munoz and Joaquin Munoz. And then I'd finally like to give a giga super duper kidney sacrificing thank you to our ultimate, that guy with a heart on the horizon, Calvin Elder.